Hi, I'm Rob Nicholson with one of the founders of the Logan County Chronicle.
And I'm Ryan Berry, co-founder of the Logan County Chronicle.
I think what it really boils down to is that local news is incredibly important to our communities. We need individuals that are from Logan County telling the stories of Logan County. And we need to talk about what's happening nationally as it affects the individuals from and in Logan County.
This came to be with the previous newspaper publication closing down. A lot of concern, pulled a lot of people, leaders in the community together. And both Rob and I were lucky to be invited to that initial meeting. And I think we were the two that left with, hey, there might be a solution here that we can try to figure out. So we really went back and used our entrepreneurial minds to say, how do you reinvent a multi-hundred-year-old industry into something that could be valuable to a community today?
And what kind of
What we're doing differently is we're really approaching the newspaper and news in a different way. The reason I feel that newspapers are dying is that people are reading the news late, where we want to kind of flip the script and say, instead of giving you what's already happened a week late, we want to tell you what hasn't happened yet or what you need to be thinking about a week ahead.
And we want to tell those stories from people who are living in your community. These aren't people that are from far away, or it's not AI. It's the voices of our community talking to the people of our community. We're hearing from the community a lot of excitement about having a paper. The community feels that we're big enough to have support our own local newspaper.
The depth of stories is what we keep hearing that people are looking for. They want to know more about what's happening. They want to have the local pieces. They want local opinions, and they want to know facts. I think that as the feedback I'm getting with the rise of AI and the rise of digital is that a lot of people are concerned about what's real, what's not real. And so we're trying to build a brand and a printed newspaper that can have that credibility to make sure that people know that if it is in the Chronicle, that it is legit, it is real, it is something that it actually is happening and have the actual facts attached to that.
And we do have to do things differently,
Sure.
and I think a hybrid model, having a digital presence, certainly a functioning website, our stories on social media, video, print, all that's going to be important. But having that printed paper is also incredibly important to the community. There's the stories that we tell, they capture moments in time that people keep forever. And our community needs that. I think what's beautiful about the Logan County Chronicle and what's going to make it unique is that we've designed sections for Logan County, Ohio. We have designed the paper around this community. One of the sections that I'm really excited about is we have a section on faith. So I know that faith is so important to the citizens of Logan County, and we want to engage in those conversations in the community through the newspaper. That's such an important part of a town. Our differences, are always going to exist, but a platform that allows us to discuss them and hear other voices is a tool for being a strong community.
And from a digital side, one of the things that were important to Rob and I are that being a weekly paper, we can't be keeping up with all the headlines every day. So we needed to make sure that we were marrying digital and print together, where if you want to know what's happening now, we've got a website, we've got social media, we've got all of those different digital avenues to be able to do that. But then we can also go more in depth with the print version on a weekly basis and let people know what they should be thinking ahead of time. So yeah, one of the things that we are trying to do differently is we are sending our daily recaps. So those are coming from various members of the Chronicle team. And what's fun is that you get a little bit of a snapshot of our staff, what's happening. So as an example, one that went out last week, we had a windstorm and Mandy Laura, chief editor, a tree fell in her backyard and she was able to speak to that. And then people were kind of keeping up with the next couple of days of like, okay, did they get that taken care of? Did they get the tree down? Her husband, Andy, ended up being able to cut it up into pieces. So those were kind of cool elements that we're able to bring in. And with the rise of AI, we feel like it's important to remind people that we are real people. We're actually telling real stories in Logan County. We're not trying to take shortcuts or try to use AI to just get content out that no one cares about. We want to make sure that we are connecting on a personal level. There are a lot of ways that you can get involved with the Logan County Chronicle. A simple way is to sign up for a free email newsletter that goes out every day as a recap. Rob and I are very passionate about the fact that you shouldn't have to pay to know what's going on in the news. We also have paid subscriptions when you want to go into more depth. We have both a digital subscription and a print that's going to deliver it straight to your home. And we have lots of opportunities to get involved from the community standpoint. We have a community bulletin where you could put out garage sale announcements, graduation announcements, anniversaries, anything that's happening within our community. We have classifieds to sell a boat or a car, or look for a job, and we have all the other pieces that you would expect within a newspaper as well, including obituaries. And Rob spoke to several sections that we're going to have in the paper as well.
We're incredibly excited to announce the premiere edition of the Logan County Chronicle is coming very, very soon. It's I think May 15th.
May 15th.
May 15th. We're going to have a newspaper that's free across the entire county. So everyone can get a hold of a Logan County Chronicle, can read it, they can experience it. They're going to laugh. They're going to cut out comics or crossword puzzles or stories about their family. We're incredibly excited to show everyone what we've been working on. And our team has been working very, very hard to prepare for this moment. We hope that everyone gets excited about it. They're talking about it. They're telling stories about what they read, and just talking about what's next with the paper. We're incredibly excited about the Chronicles premiere edition. We hope that people subscribe. Go to the website, logancountychronicle.com, sign up, get your subscription, get that additional content. The first one is free, but after that, we're going to need you to subscribe.
We're really excited about the team that we built with the Logan County Chronicle. We've been able to bring in people from previous publications and a lot of experience with newspapers and journalism, both locally and some that have come in from all neighboring areas with a passion for Logan County. I think that's what makes it so special, is that the people that are writing all of our stories are people that live, work, breathe here in Logan County. They understand the issues, they understand what's relevant to Logan County, and they are telling the story through their viewpoint as well. We are also very passionate about not writing AI articles. We want to make sure that these are genuine articles. Where we have a great piece in our premiere edition that'll be out on May 15th, that explains exactly how we're utilizing AI. That's been our top question of how we want to utilize that tool. And I think that Sharon on our team has wrote a great piece, and we're happy to share that and dig into more depth of what that'll look like going forward with the Chronicle.
I think local news is going to kill the tech billionaire. I think people are tired of getting news articles or watching, the television and seeing the news, and it's the same story across 50 different channels. I think people want to hear from their community about what's happening at a local level, at a state level, at a national level, and even right now in these times at a global level. I think we need to hear from voices that we trust, and those are going to come from our zip codes, our hometown, it's our community.
We're very excited about not only a printed newspaper, but we're also excited about how do we bring that newspaper to life. When Rob and I sat down and said, how do we fix a problem with the dying industry of newspapers? Rob said something that sparked an entire revolution in our minds. He said, how do we make the newspaper come alive? And what we've done is we've created a product that we call the Pulse, which gives the newspaper literally a pulse. And what that allows is when you are reading a story about the buzzer beater of the high school basketball game that just happened on Friday night, not only do you get to read a great write-up in print, but you can then scan that pulse with your phone, and it's going to take you to the video of the parent that got it from the audience, that you actually get to see the actual shot and play. We're trying to take our pieces of community and tie them together both digitally and analogically.
Yeah,
I don't know. Both digitally and through analog.
some people have called it the Harry Potter newspaper, because we're going to be able to not only tell stories in the print, but we're going to use this hybrid format where you can see more. Imagine that birth announcement, that new baby. Not only can you read about the new baby, but what if you could see a video from the new parents? Or what about that wedding registry where, we've got that wedding announcement, we've got the details, we've got the couple, but now we've got a video, of them talking about their engagement or their wedding, or, hey, here's a link to, buy them a new toaster. I mean, we're really excited about bringing the digital into the paper as well. You could skip right by it, but it's also going to tell another story, and it's going to make that paper feel alive for a lot longer. Those stories are going to be more interesting. And I think we've got some ideas to have a lot of fun with some of those videos as well. Got some surprises when you scan the Pulse. I'm so excited to work with Ryan Berry on the Chronicle, because he's been working in digital media marketing for so long. The guy's incredibly smart. He's talented. He's an exceptional leader. The team absolutely rallies around him. He's well known in the community. He's done an excellent job of listening to people, and going back to the team, having very in-depth conversations about what we're doing. He's been flexible so that, if we have to change something, we need to pivot, we're responding to the needs of the community. Neither Ryan or I came into this saying, like, we know exactly what needs to be done. We both came in trying to solve the problem of needing media that's local in the community, telling stories from the community. And I have so much respect for Ryan because of the way he's approached solving this problem in Logan County, and I'm incredibly excited to continue to work together.
And I am incredibly excited to work with Rob Nicholson because he's the first person that's been able to challenge me to think differently about print, about the society as a whole, where technology is going. Me coming from a digital background, it's very easy to forget about those pieces. And by going around and taking his ideas and saying, "Hey, how do we make Logan County better?" and listening to our community has been very eye-opening to me to see that print is not dead. It's actually, in our opinion, in a resurgence. And we're excited to be able to kind of marry the two of those and create an innovative product for Logan County that we haven't seen exist anywhere.